So the month of August is already on a great start. Nintendo sharing more information on Echoes of Wisdom. We're getting more information apparently from Pokemon Legends ZA releasing at a specific time next year, but also lots of people are gearing up and getting ready for what inevitably is always our September Nintendo Direct. And yes, we normally always get one in the month of September in order to end the year off, talking about all the games coming out throughout the holiday and of course some big games for the following year. But this year is a little different. Of course, we know we are on the precipice of a brand new console and the end of the current Switch, and with that in mind, anything could go, especially this end of the year. And one thing that I've been thinking about is that Nintendo Direct as well, and I've seen tons of people now talking about it on Twitter, whether we're going to have one, whether we're not going to have one, if we do, what is it going to be about, if we do, is it going to be something else entirely, are we just going to skip it entirely? Well, thanks to some new information and going back in time, I think I might know what Nintendo could be doing this holiday season, especially next month in September when we're all expecting this Nintendo Direct. And let me tell you why I have both good news and also bad news. Before we continue, let me know how excited you are for an upcoming Nintendo Direct and obviously some Switch 2 information. If you are really excited, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Let's see how many people we can get to subscribe from this one video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's dive back into the video. Now let's go back to what happened at the beginning of this year. It seemed as if Nintendo was gearing up for something big. Of course, as we were waiting for that big February Nintendo Direct, Nintendo said, nope, here's a partner showcase instead, which was a pretty okay show, but of course, we wanted the first party announcements, and we really didn't get any. Then all the rumors started swirling in that March was actually going to be a big showcase and reveal for Switch 2. Everybody was getting excited, everyone was amping up, ready to see the thing, and then of course, out of nowhere, then we started getting tons of information that Nintendo delayed it because of software or something with their lineup, and that they wanted to push it back and also make sure they had enough consoles to release from scalpers, taking them all. So it went from holiday of this year to probably beginning of next year. But I want to go back because it seemed like Nintendo was getting out news on everything besides first party stuff. We had a partner showcase, and later on that month in February, we also had a Pokemon Presents. So Nintendo was giving us everything but the thing that we were waiting for because it seemed like they were getting ready for something huge. But obviously after that delay, we didn't really see anything else from Nintendo. In fact, we would have to wait all the way until May 7th, 2:49 a.m. Eastern Time to be exact, for Nintendo to announce that the Switch 2 would be revealed sometime in the fiscal year, and also that there would be a big June Nintendo Direct with first-party games, which is pretty cool, and that Direct was not going to talk about Switch 2 at all, and that happened, and they revealed some new games, kind of lined up the holiday season this year. There's some stuff to look forward to. It was a pretty exciting announcement, and now we can still look forward for Switch 2's announcement sometime soon. But that time has passed. We are now 3 months later in the month of August as we're waiting for Nintendo's next move. We got that Nintendo Direct in June a couple months ago, and now we're just waiting for the big news now. We want to hear about the big first-party games, the huge AAA things, and the big stuff coming to the brand new console, so we're patiently waiting for Nintendo's next move. And of course, what's coming up next is a September Nintendo Direct. And I have the strange theory that Nintendo might be duplicating what they did at the beginning of this year, but now, this time at the end of this year, as they're actually getting ready for the console reveal this time around and not delaying anything, hopefully. So I thought to myself, what if Nintendo just holds another partner showcase? Personally, the more I think about it, I really cannot see this being a general Nintendo Direct in any capacity. It could be a mini, showcasing some more information on the titles that we know already, but even with that, Nintendo has been talking about some of these games, or at least started so far. Like for Echoes of Wisdom, they just dropped like a 5+ minute trailer showcasing a lot of stuff about the game. So yeah, they could still show off another trailer for a Direct, but based on Nintendo's kind of plans right now, I feel like they're going to be having their, pretty much Twitter Direct like they've been doing, and they did at the beginning of this year as well. They did the same exact thing for Princess Peach Showtime, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, so I think there's a really good chance that they could be doing this for a reason, getting this stuff out right now and probably for the rest of the year on Twitter, and saving something for September like a partner Direct or something. Now I know for a lot of people that would probably be the bad, but personally for me, it would probably be the good. It's actually a good sign if Nintendo does this because it would tell me right away that Nintendo is gearing up for Switch 2. Like, obviously they have nothing left and that they're ready to reveal this next console. And I could see that being a very likely situation where this month, within this week or next week, Nintendo, or the Pokemon company rather, announces that Pokemon Presents and they show off more of Pokemon Legends ZA, and then we have a partner showcase for next month, and then in the month of October, we have the big Switch 2 reveal. reveal. Now what's interesting is I think a lot of people are expecting there to be a Switch 2 launch around the beginning of next year, probably around March, to match the same thing as Switch 1. And so far there are no Switch games coming after the month of January. January being the last month because it has Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I do know about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but it has no date, and I don't see this game coming out anytime before summertime of 2025. I'm thinking it's going to be the end of 2025, might even be later. Could be pushed back to 2026, who knows. I do not see this coming to Switch, even though Nintendo did say it was coming to Switch. It just doesn't make sense in my head. And the same thing with Pokemon Legends ZA. There actually has now just been recent reports suggesting that Pokemon ZA is not coming until at least the summer or holiday of 2025, which to me definitely screams Switch 2. Even though they've already stated it's coming to Switch, I don't think Nintendo needs to say that it's coming to Switch 2 for it to be coming to Switch 2. They just said Switch. Switch 2 is a form of Switch, so maybe it's on both consoles, maybe it's a dual release. But either way, I think both Metroid and Pokemon are definitely Switch successor games. So because of those reasons, I don't think Nintendo has any reason to announce a Nintendo Direct, because they don't really have anything to reveal. Nintendo's pretty much went through every IP that they could and announced every last big game I think you could possibly have for Nintendo Switch. I told you guys before, the only thing that I was waiting on was probably a new Donkey Kong, and since they're just going with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, it's telling me that everything has been exhausted. We are now ready for the big new titles, the next 3D Mario, Mario Kart, the next Splatoon, the next Luigi's Mansion. So to me, it just doesn't make sense to have a general direct, which also tells me that a Switch 2 presentation is going to be very close. Now I also want to play another advocate here, where I think there is also a chance for maybe instead of a partner direct, Nintendo doesn't have any of them. Instead, they just have a Switch 2 presentation in September. As I do feel like this could be the case, I feel like September still wants to be used for direct regardless because of the third-party partners that Nintendo wants to show off their games and stuff. I feel like they still have to show off those games. So it might be smarter just to have a September partner direct and an October Switch 2 reveal, but who knows? Maybe September is just saved for Switch 2 altogether. But with rumors of Pokemon Legends ZA being released later on in the year of 2025, and also with Nintendo coming out and giving us more information through Twitter trailers, it really does feel like maybe a Nintendo Direct isn't going to happen, or at least a general one isn't going to happen in September, but it wouldn't be surprising nevertheless. But let me know down below, are you excited about this? Are you kind of disappointed? Did you want another general Nintendo Direct, or are you just ready for Switch 2 like the rest of us? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.